Hello, I'm Older Scribe, and today I want to talk about something that's been on my mind for a while now. Now, there's this belief that they're mutually exclusive, that you have to actually choose to make a commercially successful film, or you have to make an artistic or cinematic film. And I think it comes from the belief that certain films are only for festivals, and certain films are only for critics, and certain films are only for filmmakers. And yes, there's those kind of films. There are niche films. There are art house films that don't connect with everybody. But I also believe that they're not mutually exclusive. There's no law, and there's no thing that stops from a film from being both commercially successful and critically acclaimed. And you look at the career of Steven Spielberg now. Jaws, which is arguably one of his best films, is probably one of the most brilliantly cinematic films you can ever watch. From the camera movement, from the framing, from the composition, from the editing, from the sound design, from the blocking. It's a brilliant piece of cinema, but it also created a blockbuster. So it was commercially successful and it was critically acclaimed by the critics and other filmmakers. You also look at a film like Jurassic Park, which is essentially a kids' movie, but it is brilliantly cinematic, and there are a lot of techniques and use of cinema language where other filmmakers have been able to pick up from those things and apply to their own filmmaking. Jaws was also a very successful commercial film. So this belief that you can choose only one when you're making a film, I don't believe it at all. Going back a little further, you have the master of suspense, Alfred Hitchcock, and he made some of the most critically acclaimed films, as in we see them critically acclaimed today, and very commercially successful. Those are films that are still studied till this day. These are films that are still imitated and influential to this day. Those are films that still land of the top 10 of best films ever made, compiled by critics, but fans and people 20, 30, this are like 40, 50 years later. People still adore his films. People still appreciate his film. People still study his work. And the films are commercially successful. There's still DVDs and Blu-rays of his films that sell till today. So obviously he was a fantastic cinematic filmmaker making brilliant pieces of art, and they're also commercially successful. Now you might say, oh, those are the big films, oh, there's the Spielberg, those are the Hitchcocks. What about today? Today we have a film like Get Out, which was a $4.5 million film. That was the budget by a first-time director, and it's made over $200 million. As per now, this is June 2017. It's made over $200 million worldwide, and it was a brilliant piece of cinema. It has 100% of Rotten Tomatoes. The critics have been giving it great reviews. The fans have been loving it, and that was a $4.5 million film that made over $200 million. So the belief that you can have both is not true. It's simply not true. You go back to Tarantino, his first two films, Reservoir Dogs and Pulp Fiction. Reservoir Dogs, if I'm not mistaken, were made for about 3 million. Pulp Fiction was about 7 million or less than $10 million. And by independent film standards, American film standards, that's a low budget. That's a low budget considering if you consider the ensemble he had, especially for Pulp Fiction. He had people like Bruce Willis and Sam Jackson. Okay, Sam Jackson wasn't big back then. We had Bruce Willis who had come off Die Hard and a bunch of other films. It was a brilliant piece of cinema that is still influential today, and it grossed a lot of money. It still sells DVDs and T-shirts and merchandise to this day. So there's no rule that says you have to choose one. At the end of the day, it depends on the story you're trying to tell. It depends on the visionary and the team making that film. What's their intent? If they go in with the mindset that, oh, we can only make a commercial film, so therefore let's just do whatever. That's what you end up with. If you go in saying, okay, we're going to tell the story this way, we're going to apply these techniques, we're going to apply this film language, then you might come off, if you're lucky. As in, it's not a guarantee, but there's no rule that says you can have both. There's no law that stops you from having both. So I'd like to know what you think. Are there any examples of films that were both critically acclaimed and commercially successful that you love, that you enjoyed, that have been influential to you? Comment on the comment section below. Let me know. I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.